Hallelujah. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "Whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself, take up his cross and follow me. For whoever wishes to save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. What profit would there be for one to gain the whole world and forfeit his life? Or what can one give in exchange for his life? For the Son of Man will come with his angels in his Father's glory, and then he will repay each according to his conduct. Amen, I say to you, there are some standing here who will not taste death until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." The Gospel of the Lord. My dear brothers and sisters, today's first reading set up the perennial and universal drama of the tension between good and evil. Despite its specific historical context, the tension transcends times and cultures. If you follow the news, how pro-life supporters and pro-choice supporters show up their voices last few days in Kansas, when they had to choose. So tension between good and evil always there in our life. And here in first reading, the prophet Nahum prophesied the fall of Nineveh. Nineveh is at the time about 600 before Christ. Is very large city. And the prophet Nahum prophesied how that city will fall. The prophecy came to fruition in 612 before Christ. Nahum preaches in a dark period of Nineveh history. So when we heard about Nineveh, we usually remember the prophet Job. Here, prophet Nahum highlighted God's justice and God's readiness to punish the city for its sinfulness. Yet, the prophet was aware of the small remnant of faithful and console them with promises of God's restorative power. His word animated their struggle to remain faithful and courageous amidst the cultural and spiritual compromise all around them. And then, in today's gospel, Jesus' proclamation to renounce self and take up the cross and follow him is a hard command to live by. Jesus really stride forward. He doesn't use the flowery word, beautiful word to encourage people. Jesus simply direct, if you want to be my disciples, take up your cross every day and follow me. For some people, this is difficult. But Jesus tells the truth. Jesus invites us to pick our crosses and remain firm in following him, no matter the sacrifice. Some people, they give up to follow Jesus because they thought when they follow Jesus, their life will be no sacrifice at all, no painful. Dear brothers and sisters, our hearts are challenged by this condition for the discipleship of Christ. And we take consolation in Prophet Nahum promises of God's restorative power. So, after Jesus' bold statement about discipleship, how we have to pick up our cross and follow him, Jesus affirmed himself as the Messiah. Jesus is God's justice and restorative power in his very person. He lays bare the soul's intentions, revealing the person orientation of heart, whether toward service and praise of the Lord or idolatry. Jesus stated that there are those who will not see death before the Son of Man come in his Father's glory and in his kingdom. Here, Jesus wishes to establish a new order in the heart of man that glorifies the Father through the cross. So, by saying, pick up your cross and follow me, doesn't mean that we will always live in sacrifice and painful. No. But in the end, we will, together with all the saints, the angels, will glorify God the Father through our cross. Amen.